everyone, welcome to Xrissart. I'm Chrissy, thanks for joining me, and oh my goodness, I am so happy to see everyone. First of all, want to say thank you to Wendy from Artista 365. Please go ahead and who will be moderating this stream, and please go ahead to her website, and all her details are listed in the description box below. I just wanted to say hello to everyone before I go on. Gary, hello mate, how you going? Marcy, hello my dear. Nanette, hello. Arnie, John, hi Chrissy and Wendy, hope you're all well. Gabriella, welcome. Oh, hang on, I'm echoing, so hang on a sec. Oh, here we go. I think I've stopped that. Okay, all good. Okay, first of all, okay, let me see. Let me just pop out this chat. All right, everyone. Oh, Cherry, Gabriella again. Oh, is this another Gabriella? Same? No, different person. Okay. Cherry, hello. Catrice. Chandri, hello, how you going? Oh my goodness, all our lovely friends are here. Wonderful. Okay, first of all, I just want to say I've missed everyone. Oh, Redamus, hello. Okay, please, I hope I'm not munching up your name. Redamus. Sergio, hello. Salman, oh, Tammy, hello, how you going? Oh my goodness, all our friends are here. Okay, first of all, I want to say I've missed you all, and thank you so much for putting up with for me missing last week. But I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Now, just to explain to you what's going on here. Now, some of you may realize or may remember that I have got two artworks in the works. Okay, I've got my queen in the king's head, and I have this one. And Nanette says, Chrissy, you have some explaining to do. Why is the guy with the princess in the head? I know, darling. Oh, Jelena, hello, how you going? You know what? The woman is always in the man's head, Nanette. You know that. Okay, you know that. I don't need to go into details. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay. Just listening, I'm working. Okay, Jelena. Okay, my darling. That's okay. All good. I'll promise that I'll be chatting as much as I can, okay? Hazel, hello, honey. How you going? All right. So, a lot of you may remember this piece of artwork, and it's been staring at me. I promise you, it's been staring at me. Two have been staring at me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and explain what I've got here. The surface is pastel matte. I will be using pan pastels. Oh, Anne, hello, how you going? Hi, all cool. We continue this. Yes, I have not forgotten this. And of course, look, I'm not using the soft tools. That's more for beginners for the way I work, but I will be using the brushes, and I will continue. Now, this is all pretty much blocking in. I'm going to be blocking in for a bit. So I'll be using my paper for my palette, and I'll be continuing, I think, from the back. If you can see, I don't know if you can see, but you can see the centaur, and you can see a bow and arrow, and of course I know that you can see that. There's no detail, but at least you can see what's going on. There is trees in the background, so I will go ahead with that. And the pastel, let me see. I will be mixing pastels to make new colours, of course. Okay, I'm doing a colour swatch for my colour pencils at the moment. says Gary. Oh, hello. Let me see. Oh, hello, Janice. Hi, everyone. Just listening today. Okay, Janice. Hello, my dear. How you going? Miss you. All right. So the pans that there is. I'm not quite sure if you can see. I hope that you can. But there's a lot of trees in the background. Nanette, soft tools are for beginners. I'm a beginner. There's a question mark. No, you're not a beginner, Nanette. You've gone beyond beginner. Hello, I've seen your artwork. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Would you mind doing? Okay. All right. So I'm going to be mixing pans. Let me just get my. I'll get my reference here. So I'm just looking at my reference, and there's a whole heap of trees going on here. So I'm going to be mixing some pans. So please bear with me while I'm doing this. For people that are just that have just discovered me, and if you're new to the stream, feel free to ask me questions. For all the others, just chat amongst yourselves and just poke fun at me, which is the norm, which is really good, actually. All right, so let me see. Here we go. All right. I'm so glad that I'm back live streaming. I had a day off last week. I'm not quite sure. There was a reason I took a day off, and I just wanted to see if you all have the same problem that I had, and that's burning out. I was burning out, and I needed a rest, to be honest. And I just wanted to know if you guys ever feel that way. And before I do that, just let me press record. Hopefully that will work. Oh yes, there it is. And let me press record here. Okay. What if we weren't new? Can we still ask questions? Of course you can. Or can we only chat amongst ourselves? No, you can ask questions. I would love you to ask questions. Have you got questions? Wendy, do you? Arnie says, okay, you cannot be a beginner forever, sweetie. You are way too good. Yes, that is correct. Oh, Wicked, hello, my dear. Here's more like sweating out. I was just kidding. Okay, I'm not a beginner. No, you're not a beginner. Wendy says, sweet Chrissy, what is the meaning of life? The meaning of life. Rob, hello, how you going? You know, straight away. You always catching me unawares. Seriously? Oh, God. The meaning of life. Sergio, Chrissy, burnout? Nah. Full mental breakdown is more up my alley. Oh, there you go. All right. So, as I said before, oh, Wendy, you just, I just can't stop. The meaning of life. Seriously? Jelena says, working from home and looking after my son. I can't wait for my 2 weeks off at the end of August. Woohoo! The meaning of life, I've been told, is 42. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it means. Yeah, okay. Arnie says, Chrissy, keep it simple. Oh, yes, the meaning of life, keeping it simple. Oh, look, hang on. Oh, I can't believe it. 10 minutes in. Okay. Brush to the surface. Okay. You know what? I think I've done quite well to be even like 10 minutes, because it's usually 17 minutes. If Sneaks was in, What is it? Oh, okay. I heard it was 42. Oh, there you go, John. Very funny, very funny. Yes, yeah. Okay. Juanita, hello. Hello, my lovely family. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you too. Hope all is well with you too. Okay. All right. Yeah. No. So no. Truly. No. I know. All jokes aside. No. I was actually. I do apologize for not streaming last week, but you know what? Everything just happened all at once. Now, you know, I'm not the type of person to carry on and on about these things, but truly I just, you know, I think I was just burning out. There was just too much going on in my life. Apart from, I mean, life is okay. All I'm just saying is that there was just so much going on, and over a period of time it was just a little bit here, a little bit there, and then it just went blah. So I thought, you know what, time to take some time out. Didn't stop thinking about art, that's for sure, but I just needed to just have a rest. I think what's happened is that and I don't want to put a downer on things, but you know what? You know, COVID, I think, just went. I was okay. Actually, I was okay during COVID, but I think what happened was that all of a sudden it just went. It was just too much, and with everything going, you know, it just. I don't even have a word to describe how it just went. It just went blah. So I wonder if you guys feel this way. Do you guys go through things like that? Because I don't know. And yeah. I mean, when it does happen, like, what do you guys do? Do you just walk away? Do you cry? Do you, you know, what do you do? Like, do you just shut down? Do you try other things? I don't know. Like, I don't know how. Wicked says, I'll be... okay. Wicked says, I'll be here for maybe an hour, then running to another house, old tiny one, same yard, to try art. Much lower temp, 33. Oh, you lucky thing. It is cold here. Now, when I say cold, I mean, you guys would just laugh when I say cold, so I'm not even going to say what degrees it is, but that's cool. Nanette says, Chrissy, seriously, what is this piece about? Is it part of your deck or just for fun? Well, part of my deck, yes, it will be part of a collection. It would be part of a collection of my deck, yes. Yes, it will be. Right? That's the answer to your question. Diane, hello, nice to see you here. I'm right up there with Sergio, the full metal jacket. Oh, what did Sergio say? I've got to go back. Everyone's losing their mind because people need an end date, and there's no one. There's no one more month, 7 more weeks. Okay, losing. Oh, you're losing it. Okay. All right. Sergio says, Chrissy, apparently my response to emotional distress was starting a 50 by 40 graphite piece. Stay tuned, everyone. Yes. Well, you know what? Whatever turns you on, my dear. Cherry. Hello, Cherry. Hello. Did I say hello to you? I hope I did. It can't possibly be cold. Well, you know what? Like, I don't know what cold. I mean, here cold is like 15 degrees. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but 15 is quite chilly for me. Okay. Hans. Hello, Hans. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. Welcome. All right. Okay. What I'm doing here is, if you can see, is there's a centaur. right? But there are trees in the background. So what I really should be doing, like I really want to do this centaur first, but I know that I shouldn't. So I've actually got to do the trees in the background. And all I'm doing now is just blocking the trees and doing the technique which I like the most, and it's using my brushes. Yeah. Okay. Arnie says, Chrissy, I'm still, I will meditate and be kind to myself, so it won't last long. To be down the rabbit hole, I'm coming out with a smile to the world. Okay, so you're having a bit of a time yourself. Okay, Kathy, hello, hi Chrissy, Wendy and Troops, hope all are well. Sergi says, did what now? Turn me on. Okay, there is something I never thought would be associated to this place. You know what? 747. That one just went, ooh. Sorry, that just went, well, we need sound effects with me, I think. I didn't get that one. Cherry says, Chrissy, what do you use for your line art pastels? Okay, the line art that I use, you mean like to transfer my image? I think that's what you mean. I use Xrissart. There's an Xrissart, because there's a Xrissart, like a transfer paper. I know that there's a brand like Saral, Saral, that's out there, but I use Xrissart, and the reason why I use Xrissart is because it's light enough, and it's light enough, and it doesn't smudge, and it doesn't ruin, and it's not blotchy or anything like that. And I just like the lines that I'm getting with it. So that's what I use. Pastels? No, I don't use. No, it is the actual transfer paper. So there. Sergi says, oh, okay, the colours, okay. All right. Some of that is not for me, so that's all right. Yeah. So I was just feeling a bit, overwhelmed actually. So, Tammy says, Chrissy, sometimes it is healing to allow yourself to hit rock bottom. Yes. Afterwards, you might be able to recognize opportunities you haven't noticed before. Funny you should say that, actually, and I've got to tell you a few things about that. I've had a few thoughts about some of the videos. Okay, all right. So, with my art pieces, I know that a lot. Oh, Linda, hello from Belgium. My first time here. Welcome, nice to see you here. Diane says, big gulp. I was kind to myself last night, the night before, late night shopping online. Oh, okay. Diane, what did you buy? Dare I say art supplies? Hello. Yes. All right. I'm just looking at my reference to see. Okay. There's a lot going on here. Heidi, hello. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, all. Better late than never. No, you're just in time. But nice to be able to join in. Thank you so much. John says, Chrissy, oh, you are not alone. When I have these moments, I concentrate on my Tai Chi for a few days and put everything else on hold. That's a very nice thing to do. I actually like that idea. Yes, that's very nice. I mean, all what I'm doing... Nanette says, wouldn't that be fun? Okay. Kathy says, eat lots of chocolate whilst binge watching Netflix. Oh, Kathy, if you only knew what I'm binge watching. Oh my gosh. I'm still watching Outlander. Can you imagine? I've gone all the way backwards and just watched episode 1 through, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. Am I one of those females? Anyway. Let's not go there. Yes, I've Googled every character, not just the main characters, every character. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I've even Googled I've Googled the author of the books and everything. Diane Gabaldon. Oh my goodness. She is one talented lady. Oh my goodness. How does she think of all of these things to say about these characters? Well, that's... Okay. Marcy, hello. Chrissy, here we go. Marcy says, Chrissy, I am very familiar with those feelings. It is frustrating when art, my usual therapy, jumps the fence and adds to the distress. Then I tend to disappear into audiobooks as remedy. Oh, which books do you listen to, Marcy? Oh my goodness, I'm even listening to Outlander. Like, this is how bad I am. Like, I'm just so bad. I mean, good and bad, honestly. Heidi says Chrissy is such a Heidi says Outlander is such a good series. It's so easy to binge on that. Oh yes, hello. Who says I'm romantic? Oh, Arnie says Chrissy, you are a romantic. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm a sucker for it. That's it. I'm a sucker for it. Wicked says, haha, Chrissy, I ended up finishing all the books and most novellas. Important to read at least select ones. Oh, well, you see, the problem with me, I tell you what happens when I used to, for some reason, I enjoy reading, but reading the things that I like. But what happens to me is that the only time I get to read is when, for example, just before I go to sleep. But you know what happens to me? I end up reading just one page because then I fall asleep. So what's the point in that? So what happens? So what happened? I did away with that a long time ago. And what I did is that I thought, well, you know what? I'm actually going to listen to audio. I'm going to listen to those books that I want to read, and I do those while I'm arting. So how about that? So you know what? I'm killing two birds with one stone. Not only am I arting, but I'm not reading, but listening to the novels that I want to read or listen to. But yeah, but that's what's happened to me, right? So Marcy says, Chrissy, right now I'm listening to Laura Ingalls Wilder's Little House on the Prairie. Oh my goodness, it is truly making me smile. Oh, that's wonderful. But you know what? Little House on the Prairie, I used to watch that series. Is there a whole series of those? Is there? Oh my goodness, I'm showing my age now, aren't I? But I used to watch the series on television with Michael Landon. Yes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's a lovely series. Sergi says, yeah, said pressure came out of everywhere and everyone. The expectations are the true motivation. Okay. Oh, okay. Your breaking point. You're talking about your breaking point. Oh, okay. Why do we go through that, I wonder? I don't understand. Is it because we put pressure on ourselves? I don't understand. Not sure. Not sure. Okay, this bit here. Okay, I know that I've got to leave a gap here. That's a gap. That's the tree here. There's the tree there. Yes. Okay. Yes. So, okay. So for those who are interested in the art, what I'm doing here is just blocking in, and I'm using brushes, and I'm mixing colors on my little palette here. Now, this paper palette is 110 GSM cartridge paper, and it works really well for me when I'm mixing colors. Mind you, the way I'm doing this is not how Pan Pastels designed their pans to be used, but I have discovered a way to use them the way I like to. And for those who are interested, this is what I do with these. Let me see. Okay. Chandri, okay, I have to go. Bye for now, Chandri. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for popping in to say hello. Take care, my dear. Okay, I need some light tones. Heidi says, Chrissy, if you like time travel stories and have not yet read or listened to Timeline by Michael Crichton, it's an older one of his. That's also a good one. Ooh, I have to write this one down. Because I know that I will forget this one. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, all right. As you can see, I've got my bit of paper right here next to me. Oh, where did this go? Okay. Marcy says, Chrissy, it's a whole series of books too. I borrow my audiobooks through the Libby app with a digital media library card. Well, I use Audible. I've got a subscription there, so I think I'm locked in there for a little bit. But that's not too bad. Okay, Nanette says, have you read the Doomsday book? Another oldie, but really good time travel. Oh, wow. You know what? That really intrigues me, this time travel. Like, how does that happen? You know what I mean? Like, how do people think of these things? Anyway. I need books with a lot of pictures, says Diane, or I'll fall asleep reading. There you go. Well, what about, Diane, like the audio books? What about those? That's so funny. I used to be like that, actually. Now, this is going to look really messy for a very long time. I can tell you that. There's no two ways about it. But just blocking in. And how can I measure this? This is, let me see, about 40 centimeters by about 50 centimeters wide. Yep. Oh, Libby is totally 100% free. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. What have I been doing? Paying for things. Spending money. That's what I've been doing. Spending money. Cherry says, I read fantasy books in bed, but they keep me awake rather than send me to sleep. I just want to know what happens next. Yes, I know. But you know what? I don't know why I fall asleep. I have no idea. Isn't that the bee's knees? Okay, says Marcy. Okay. All right. Okay, see, what's happening between here is sky peeping through. So I'm leaving all of this. So I will go in. Cece, hello, hello. How you going? How you going? Nice to see you here. Okay. That's sky in there. This is tree. This is tree. So I know that. That's sky. That's tree. That's sky there. There we go. Yes. Okay. Just make sure that I'm not losing my place. That's the main thing. I get distracted. Missed you all. Good to see everyone. Good to see you too. Wicked says... Okay. Well, no, that's not for me. Okay. Sky here. Okay. Okay. This is all sky. Okay, so just blocking all of this in so I know where, so I don't lose my map really. And it's all quite slow. This is sky here too. Well, it's not sky, but it's just not... Well, it's just mist. It's mist. So I've just got to make sure that all of that is there. I enjoy... Okay. Well, of course, John. It makes you feel if it makes you feel any better, Chrissy drives me a little. Oh, okay. There must have been some other conversation going on there. Heidi says, Chrissy, you know about my defective Caran d'Ache pastel pencils. Wrote the company, and I can just say I'm getting awesome customer service from them. Oh, that's fabulous. That's really good. I wonder, what are they saying? I wonder what they're saying, because I know, see, I've heard, because I know Caran d'Ache, their core is quite soft and it would break. Pastel pencils, pastel pencils break anyway. Some cores are harder than others, some are soft. And when it goes to sharpening, I would imagine the reason why I would say Caran d'Ache, their core is softer, is because they've got less pigment in it. I'm only speculating here. I don't have the Caran d'Ache pastel pencils, but knowing... I did watch a bit of Jason's video, Jason Morgan's video. Yes, I did. I watched a little bit of it. Yes, yeah. So, yeah. Who knows? But yes, no. Caran d'Ache have got beautiful products. So, if they're giving you awesome customer service, that's really good. I'm so glad that they're doing that. Yeah. So yeah, this painting is not going to make sense for a very long time. So just thought I'd mention that. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to take a while. It's a good sized piece, so it's not a little piece, it's a big piece. So all I'm doing now is just, well, I'll be working on it. So, yep, how about that? So you can see a little bit more of it. Hang on. Can you see her? Can you see this lady? See, small faces. Here we go. I'm into small faces, as you can tell. I give myself such a hard time. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Cherry says, I like my Carbothello pencils. Yeah, see, I think they're in between. They're in between soft and hard, I reckon. Nanette says, Chrissy, it isn't about sharpening them. They have something hard in them, so they don't lay down pigment. Oh. Anne says, Chrissy, or do you mean, okay, hands as well? Hands, oh yeah, hands is what? Hands for me? Hands is always my issue. It will be my issue for a while, if this is what we're talking about. Yeah. Okay, so that's the wood there. All right, so I'm just all over the place here at the moment, making sure. So that's that. And there we go. Okay. Hands and faces, yes. Yes, Cherry. Yes, hands and faces. John says, Chrissy, dear, the look on the guy's face looks like he's been caught doing something he shouldn't. This one? This one? This one? Not sure. Okay, do you mean Karen? Okay. Oh, this face you mean? You're talking about this face? No? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. We've okay. Um, okay. Anais says, do you mean Caran d'Ache? Yes. Has less binder in it. Damn. Phone doesn't want me to write these. Yes, no. I mean, I'm only suspecting, okay? I'm suspecting that the Caran d'Ache has less binder, more pigment, and, you know, that's probably why they're really soft. Han says, sharpen pastel pencils first, use a graphite, yes, pencil, then it goes considerably better, and the tip does not break so quickly, yes. Yeah, look, I agree, Hans, but sometimes it depends too on the core, depends on if you've dropped it, depends on so many things, hey. That's the only face we can see. Oh, okay, yes, that one, yes. Small faces, like, you know, seriously, why do I do this to myself? Yeah, that's right. I think you said it first, other way around. Okay. Actually, I'm in discussion with one of the chemists for Caran d'Ache. Interesting discussion. He usually writes back within hours. Wow. Heidi. Well, that's fantastic. Wicked says, I'm so glad I don't feel temptation to get Caran d'Ache pastel pencils for other reasons. One less super expensive product I want bad. I know. I've been looking at them too for a very long time and I want them, but people say these sorts of things and it just makes me think, oh my god, because that's a lot of money for me to spend too, you know what I mean? Cece says, can't stay too long, but I was thinking I totally needed some hangs with my art friends. I made great friends here. Oh, you are such a sweetheart. Yes, you are. That's okay, my dear. Paulo, hello, welcome. Greetings, hello. Greetings to you too. Nice to see you here. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's so nice to see you here, CC. Oh my gosh. You know what? You're living the life. I swear you are. You know, going from place to place, seeing all things, you know, around your country. Probably things that most people haven't seen. You know what I mean? Like it's easy to stay in one place, and not venture anywhere. Like a lot of people will travel overseas, but they won't you know, they won't travel around their country, and you're doing just that. I mean, it's the same thing here. There are so many Australians traveling, you know, overseas, but you know what, we've got a vast country here ourselves, and there's hardly any, you know what I mean, people don't travel around Australia. I mean, some do, I'm not saying that they don't, but you know, there's a lot of people that travel, but obviously we can't travel these days, you know, for reasons that we all know, but you know, when the time comes, yeah. And can I just say, people that are always asking about, oh, you know, applying pans or pastels on pastel mat, does it get blotchy? Yes, the answer is yes. Hello, this is evidence here. Everything is blotchy here at the moment, and you know what, all you do is you layer. You just keep on layering, and that's the beauty of pastel mat. It allows you to layer. So all I'm doing now is just blocking colors, just pretty much doing nothing specific, just blocking colors. That's all I'm doing. Who's leaving? Oh, Hans. Get back to work. It was a pleasure again. See you next time. Nice to see you, Hans. Come again soon. So thank you so much for stopping by. CC says, I can travel islands now. You can send me your Nintendo. Chrissy, I know I see a lot of Vanna travelers popping up a lot now. Like people who travel in vans, you mean? Yeah, I do a lot of traveling and see and more seeing all the land. Yes, yeah, you would. You're so lucky. Kathy says, Chrissy or anyone, what are the most important info to include in a Facebook art page? I'm trying to set one up. Well, we can go on forever here, and we will talk about this. This is good. Cherry says, I always think of it as a first undercoat when you decorate, and then you apply the top coats. Oh, okay. So, Kathy, to get back to your question, Chrissy, and anyone in the chat might want to answer this question as well, but I'll just give what I would consider doing. A Facebook page. Okay. Well, first of all, you have to find out what it is that you want to get out of doing a Facebook page, number one. So, what is your outcome? What do you want to achieve by doing a Facebook page? That's one question you would probably need to ask yourself. Once you've determined that, you have to think about consistency. That's another thing. Consistency. Also, if you're having a Facebook page, the quality of your Facebook page. What is the feel? What kind of feel do you want? Yeah. They're the sorts of things that I would be thinking about. What does okay, Wendy says, Kathy, bare minimum if you have a website or any social media URLs, you have also a bio and a good banner. Yes. After that, you need to decide what you want your page to be. Yes, absolutely. Heidi says, Chrissy, I have an appointment, so I will catch the rest on replay. Bye for now. Thank you so much for popping by and saying hello, Heidi. Nice to see you here, my dear. Take it easy. Okay, back. Made myself a frothy, foamy, creamy, milky, slightly sweet, but deep and profound with a subtle hazelnutty taste cappuccino. How many adjectives is that, Sergio? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 adjectives to describe a cappuccino. Love it. And you know what? Sounds delicious, actually. Sounds delicious. Oh, gosh. Here we go. I think I will need this as well. That sounds delicious. It must be, it must have gone cold in the time it took to type that. Yes, well. Oh, that sounds so funny. Linda Mello, hello, welcome. I don't think did I say hello to you? Yes, did I? Not quite sure if I said hello to you. Please excuse me if I didn't. I have the complete set but have not really explored them yet. Oh, okay. As you can see, this gets quite messy. Quite blotchy, quite messy, quite blotchy, and it just means I've just got to keep on adding layers. Wendy doesn't like coffees, does she, Sergio? And you talk about, what is it? Sergio, and you talk about Slurpees, please. It's still nasty. Yeah, Slurpees are, Okay, Sergio says, Nanette, hell no. The froth milk must be heated slightly over the body temperature. So that would be around 40 degrees, oh my goodness, Celsius. So it has time to cool slightly when it comes to contact with the cup. Oh my goodness, very technical. Gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, so this is the sky bit. I know this looks weird, but believe me. Okay, these are very light. Okay, just mapping here. Truly just mapping here. In fact, it's more violet than anything else, but these are trees, but they're, just make sure. You know what? This is the beauty. I don't have to wait for this to dry. Could you imagine if it was wet paint? I'd have to wait for it to dry. And I'm painting like I would if I was painting wet. This is, you know, like this is a brush action that is wet. Sorry. That is a wet action, but I'm painting dry, so I don't have to wait. That's the whole point of this exercise. Okay, Oh, Radamus. Okay, I'm so sorry. I have to go. Have a great day, everybody. Oh, have a great day to you too. Thank you so much for popping by. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again soon. Linda says, what type of paper is Chrissy using for this project? I'm using Pastel Matte. And this is, I believe, the light grey shade. Linda. Yep. Yep. And I'm mixing. That's what I'm doing. All I'm doing is just mixing. The reason why I've done this purple here, oh, Laramie, hello, welcome, welcome, nice to see you here. Okay, Sergio, okay, Wendy says, Sergio, take a page out of Chrissy, playbook. Hey? What does that mean? Melinda, hello. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you here. Hello, hello. Okay. Marcy says, Chrissy, this piece is an excellent example of how to manage a piece without masking film. I'm truly impressed by you on so, oh my goodness, you are so sweet for saying that. Well, yes, that is, yes. I haven't used masking film on this one, which is quite a surprise because I'm usually using masking film on this. But you know what? There are so many bits and pieces and so many intricate bits that it's just going to drive me nuts. So I thought, you know what? The brushes are going to give me the control I want. All right. And I just have to be a bit more careful, and because pastels are forgiving, then I will be able to go over certain bits. But normally that's not the way I work. But yes, very good point. Very good point. Okay. Okay. All I'm doing, but I am carefully looking at my reference, and just all I'm doing is just mapping out. That's all I'm doing, just so I don't lose what I'm supposed to be really doing here. Now usually it's going to take probably the last, I don't know, 10 to 20% when I start going in with the pastel pencils on top, because I like to go in with pan pastels maximum, take it to the max, like the absolute max. And I know I've talked about it before. But I like to use pan pastels as far as I can, and the brushes help me do that, right? And then go in with the pastel pencils. Okay, Wendy says, would have gone much quicker if she would have used masking film. There you go. Clearly this piece is not about efficiency for Chrissy. There you go. Melinda says, Chrissy, your brushes, I know you have mentioned them before, but it escapes me just now. Are they makeup brushes? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They are Eco Tools. Yes, they are, these ones. For some reason, they have the right firmness and softness, picking up the pastel and applying it on the pastel mat. These brushes work well on pastel mat. They probably work okay with UArt as well, UArt 800, maybe 600. I have tried them on there, but I've perfected this technique on pastel mat. So that's what I would recommend. I mean, if you're going to go down that track. But having said that, this is not the only brushes. They're not the only brushes that I use. I use lots of brushes. I use tons. I use, like, check this out. These are 1/8 of an inch watercolor synthetic brushes. They're angular brushes, and they're fantastic for details. I will use anything that will give me the outcome that I'm looking for. Okay, so here we go. Here's another thing. This is a hacked up oil painting brush, and truly, can it be any more hacked up than this, right? So I use that. I will use anything. I will use anything that will help me. I use this kind of thing. I use, what else do I use? These kinds of things, and then, you know, so I use everything. I use everything. Anything that's going to give me the, what I'm trying to say is anything that's going to give me the outcome. And then pastel pencils at the end. And it's not as much, I don't use as much pastel pencils as I'd like to, but I do use them because it just gives me that little bit of, you know, that polish, that finish that I'm looking for, that little sparkle, you know what I mean? And I've said it quite a few times, but yeah. Boy, that was a long answer. It was heartbreaking when Chrissy hacked up that brush. Such a stressful day. I know, it was stressful. I'm thinking, I wonder if this is going to work. Let's give it a go and see what happens, hey? So, yeah, that's what's, yeah. And it worked okay. I've used it. Christy V, hello. That's my favourite brush of yours. Hack away to get your desired look. Yes. Yeah, that was something, hey. But you know what? It did the trick. I mean, all I'm saying is that, you know what? Practice and play. I'm all for playing. Definitely. I'm all for playing. Yeah. Playing. Melinda says, I just got my order of pan pastels and now waiting on larger pastel mat. Ooh. I've been playing, I have been playing with watercolor. I just need to get brave. Thank you so much. You know what? What's the worst thing that could happen, Melinda? I swear, what is the worst thing? What? Who's going to see it? No one has to see it. If it didn't work, chuck it. But think about, and then, well, you don't have to chuck it, but what I'm trying to say is that you would have learnt something on it. That's for sure. You would have learnt. And that's what I'm trying to get at, actually. You know what? There'll always be hits. There'll always be misses. But, and you'll think, well, you know, what about if I, you know, and this is what happened. This is what happened with that. I mean, what would happen if I cut this up? What kind of texture would I get? You know, I just didn't know what was going to happen, and I've always got it beside me now, honestly. So just play. That's what I'm trying to say, is just play. Just play. See this color here? This is like purple. The color that I'm using here is Violet Extra Dark. I've used Chromium Oxide Green Tint. I've also used Turquoise Extra Dark, and I've mixed them. You know when you have that, like in a painting, or when you're looking at a distance mountains and you see those purples, those pastel purples, pastel greens. This is the color. Look at that. Can you see that? Or this is what it, yeah. Anyway. And that's just mixing. Now this is a tree, right? But I'm going to go over that. Now that's supposed to be like a purpley color. I can see it in my reference, but that will, hopefully it will show distance. Now you just can't see it with this, but I can see it in my head. Well, I can see it in my reference, but I can see it in my head that it'll be okay. All I got to do is just keep on layering. That's what I've got to do. And I've got to work on my background before I can do that. Before I can do this really nice centaur here. You know, look at him. There he is there. Long hair and everything. And then I'll get to this bit. There's a lot going on here, but I'll get to this bit. This is where I'll concentrate on this area here. I mean, it is a good sized piece anyway, so. Okay. And for those who aren't, if for those who are new here or who are visiting for the first time, please go ahead and check out Wendy from Artista 365, her website and her YouTube channel. She has a lot of interesting information for us all, and her details are in the description box below. I just wanted to mention that again. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I just wanted to mention that again. Please feel free to do that. Oh, okay. Arnie, you like the music. Thank you so much. I've got to go and get my day started. Have a good day, everyone. Post your Wednesday work in progress on the Facebook page. Yes, Nanette. Yes, Nanette. Yes, that's so good. Okay, nice to see you and hope to see you again soon. John says, Chrissy, dear Chrissy, I agree with you. When I pick a project, I will pick something that is way out of my comfort zone, but that is where we learn. Yes. What's the worst thing that can happen? Absolutely. What's the worst thing that can happen? I ask you this. Marcy says, Wendy, I need to practice with it for sure. It almost always gets better, the better of me. I've tried Will's way and Chrissy's way. I can only manage large, simple areas to mask. Okay. Masking film. Okay. It does take a bit of practice, yes, Wendy says, but once you get it, it is so worth it. Yes, absolutely. You know, look, I totally this is really interesting because if people haven't seen Wendy's latest video, I mean, although what I wanted to say is that every person is different in the way we work, right? And Wendy, I know, touches this in a certain way. When you're watching someone do something or watching someone, like you're watching a tutorial, sometimes it doesn't work. You can try to emulate and imitate what that artist is doing, so you can learn. But sometimes it doesn't work for you, or because you work a little bit differently. So then I feel that you've got to start playing. That's why I try to encourage playing, because you know, not only do you discover new things, you discover yourself on how you work when you start to play. And it's also, I mean, it is good to watch people, and it is good to get tips, because, I mean, we all do that, and then you start to learn things. How can I say it? You start to develop new ways of doing things for yourself, and you think, oh wow, you know, I mean, you might have picked a little bit of something from that person, or you may have picked a little bit from another person, and you put it together, mixed in with what you do, and you've discovered something for yourself. So the way I use masking film is not necessarily how someone else uses masking film. I know that he will cut out his masking film before he places it on his surface. I place it on my surface and I cut on there. Now for me, it's like danger zone. You know, you've got to be really careful the way I do it. But it works well for me, but it may not work well for you. But it's a way of doing it. And, you know, I hope I'm sort of saying this in a way that you understand what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, you add techniques to your toolbox of experience. There you go. I like that, Laramie. Yes. Cherry says, I'm still trying to master masking film too. You know what? Practice. I mean, yeah, for sure. Wendy says, when I first started using masking film, I would cut the paper. So I kept practicing until I figured out a way that works for me. I concentrated on the feel of the knife when it hits the paper. Yeah, good one, Wendy. I like that. Linda says, what is the recommended way to transfer a line drawing to pastel mat? Oh, how long is a piece of string? But we can show you there's quite a few ways. Did I? Oh, okay. I think I did a live stream a while back on transferring. I've got to think of how long ago that is. I ended up transferring a few things. I think I ended up using transfer paper. I ended up using a light box. I ended up doing a few things. I'm going to come back to that one, Linda. Okay, Kathy says, I use masking film on every project now as a way to keep areas clean as I progress. Can't work without it now. Isn't that funny how you get used to something? Yes, that's really interesting. Okay, Arnie says, okay, Melinda B, is there a brand or type of masking film, film sizes available? I use Xrissart. I use masking film by Xrissart. You can get that in sheets and you can get that in rolls. I bought the sheets first to see what it was like, and I loved it so much that I ended up getting the roll. But I know that there are other ones. The one that I use is low tack. So again, that's the way that I work. Arnie says, Chrissy, you are right about that. I'm learning from a lot of different artists, but mainly you and Unmuscat. Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much. Rob says, was that the apple with the teeth, Chrissy? Yes, it was a while ago. Yes, it was too, Rob. Yes. Is that available in US? Did you want me to see if I can go find it for you and I'll show you? Cherry. Okay, give me a moment. Two secs. Hang on a sec. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, here we go. Okay, this one is from the roll. Okay, now, okay, here we go. Mask it. And there it is. Express it. Right, here we go. Express it. And there it is there. Low tack, flexible matte. Now this one, well, it's from Australia, this one. But I know that you can get this, I think, on Amazon. I'm pretty sure you can. I think, Wendy, did you get yours from Amazon? Was it Amazon? Okay, a place in California. There you go. So this one, what's this one? Gosh. Okay, this one is the 14, oh, there it is, by yards actually. So there it is there. So this should last me a while. But I know that it's available in sheets. Yeah, so there's that. I can't do without it now. Although, you know, having said that, look what I'm doing here. I'm not using it on this one, but anyway. 9 times out of 10, I'm using it, okay? 9 times out of 10. Okay. Is that available in the US? Okay, I've got Frisket masking film on a roll, Cherry says. Okay, we'll try that. See what happens. See what happens. Okay. Yeah, the roll is most economical, yes. Yeah. Okay. Sergio says, Chrissy, I am so very sorry for not noticing your shirt earlier. It is lovely indeed. Gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So let's get. Okay. So. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking to see. Oh my gosh, there's so many trees in this area. I just don't want to lose my mark. This is so messy, but it will be messy, so like I said before. Oh, there you go. Wendy's found someplace. Oh, thanks, Wendy. As a cutting tool, is there a difference between the ceramic knife or a razor knife? Okay, here we go. All right. Just so happens I have them close by. All right, here's the ceramic. Okay. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure. Okay, now for a long while, I use both, to be honest. I bought the ceramic knife, and they are replaceable blades, or ceramic, but they're very sharp. And the reason why I bought the ceramic ones is because I think that they last longer. I'm still testing it out. I haven't needed to change the blade as often as I do the metal ones. But having said that, I enjoy using both. All right, so with the metal blade, I usually change it every maybe second piece, and that's only because I want the tip to be extremely sharp. Now, having said that, Wendy uses, and correct me if I'm wrong, Wendy, please. I cut, this is the X-Acto one, right? But I cut this way is like up and down. Wendy does does at a 45-degree angle. Yeah, I do this way because I want the absolute end sharp. That's what I'm using, the absolute end sharp. So therefore, if I'm using that's why I'm always changing about every second piece, because the tip of it blunts. But I don't throw away the blade. Hello, Barbara. Nice to see you here. So that's the difference, okay? So it all depends how you hold the blade, how you cut. And again, I would be practicing, So there's that one. And I think there was another one close by. I think there's one. Well, there were two types that I had. It's not here. I can't see it. It's not close to me here. Yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah. No. Here. Oh no. It's not. Sorry. But yeah. Yeah. But there you go. And I got the ceramic blade. I got it from Colt Pens in the UK. So, which is really good. This has got like a little safety thing going on here, so that's okay. And of course, I've got that for yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, so there you go. Wendy says, yeah, I have both and I have tried both. I prefer the ceramic for scratching details, lifting off coloured pencils. But I use both for that as well. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it all depends, it all depends how you use it. But that's how I do it. And of course, when I'm using the X-Acto knife, I use the lightest hand, like you wouldn't believe, the lightest hand possible, right? And that's why I'm always changing the blade, because I just want to use the tip. And that's how I do it. I've tried doing the 45-degree angle and I end up cutting. So what can I say? Again, we're all different, aren't we? Yeah. We're all different. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, Jelena, I finished working for the day. I can join in more. Oh, yes. Yay. Yes. Okay. All right. Where am I here? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. So that's the blade thing going. But then, if you're, well, you don't have to use the blade sometimes. If you're using masking film, you can use scissors. Cut your drawing, maybe trace your drawing on the masking film, cut it, peel it. Oh, I don't know. Masking film doesn't let you write on it. Some's don't. Yeah. Okay. Wendy was just telling me, depends on the brand. Some masking films don't let you write or like draw on it, but yeah. But the one that Will does, he draws on here, so I wonder what he's got. You know what I mean? Okay, Kathy says, I got a ceramic one from Spotlight, and the blade isn't long, only tip sticks out. It's good. Okay. All right. Yeah. But isn't it funny? I mean, we all work differently, don't we? We all, and we all, Okay, do you use fixatives in between all the layers of pastel matte? Linda, the answer is a big dead no. As you can see, I've got no fixative whatsoever. I just keep on building. Absolutely not. And I'll tell you why. The reason why I don't use fixative. First of all, Pastel Matte, we're very fortunate with Pastel Matte. Clairefontaine make this surface so you don't need to use fixative. That's number one. The reason why I don't use fixative is because the pastel layers and the work layers, they dull, they change color. Some go lighter, some go darker. Some you won't see straight away, but in time you will see a difference in color shift. So they're just some of the reasons why I don't use fixative. None of the work that I've done on Pastel Matte with pastels, all the work that I've done, I haven't used fixative. The only time I'll use fixative, truly, is if I wanted to paint with oils, say for example on a canvas, and I'd put my drawing on there, say with graphite, I will spray fixative to fix the drawing so the graphite doesn't bleed in with like with the media that I'm using. So that's probably about the only time that I'll use fixative, truly. I haven't needed to. I don't, it would be interesting to see what everyone else in the chat does. Do you use fixative? I would love to know if you do. And if you do, what happens? Yeah. Okay. I hope I've answered that one correctly. Okay, Jelena says, there you go. I learnt the hardest way. I don't use fixative. Interesting. Why don't you use fixative? What happened to... What's your story, Jelena, is probably what I should be asking. What's your story? Cherry says, I found that if you gently rub the pastel into the pastel mat, it doesn't come off so much anyway. There you go. John says, Chrissy and Wendy, the Frisket low masking film I got will let you draw on it. Oh, well, that's interesting. There you go. Some do, some don't. Well, that's pretty good to know. And by the way, which one is it? Do you know the brand? So you can tell everyone here. That would be good. Arnie says no fixative. There you go. Okay, gotta go, says Janice. See you all next week. Bye for now, Janice. Hope all is well with you, my dear. And now I'm using the flip side of this brush to blend, which is really nice. Can imagine, look at this is not even shifting, like this is not even shifting. Can you imagine how many layers I'm going to be able to get on here? Wow, there's no... Okay, okay, Sergio, nice to see you here, my dear. Take it easy, and thanks for popping in and hanging around. Jelena says the fixative made the colors darker, but worst of all, the white and light colors disappeared. Wow, I had to put all my lights back in again. There you go. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Cherry says, I've used fixative when I was playing with stick pastels and doing a landscape to fix the undercolors and enable layers on top without mixing. Okay. Linda says, I found that when I layer my pan pastels, one color blocks the layer below, as I do with color pencil polychromos or prismas. How do you layer colors to make richer colors without losing the underlayer? Right, that's a very good question, Linda. I found that, I'm going to read this again. Oh, Peg, hello. How you going? Welcome. Okay, I found that when I layer my pan pastels, one color blocks the layer below. Yeah. Okay. Below. As I do with color pencil polychromos or prismas. Say colored pencils. How do you layer colors to make the richer colors without losing the underlayer? Good question. I would not put as much pressure on your layers, perhaps. If you want the underlayers to come through, I would, for me, this is if I was doing that, I would not press hard. I would just do light layers. This is what I would be doing. That's my opinion. How much of the underlayer do you want to be seen is probably a question that I would be asking. What surface are you using, Linda? What surface are you using? Is it pastel matte? Is it drawing paper? What kind of paper is it that you're using? That would be my question as well. But to answer your question, I would be using the lightest pressure. Okay. Laramie says she may be asking about transparency. Chrissy, use tints and shades. I think would help. I think would help. Okay. Wendy says, when you first put the colours down, they don't move too much on pastel matte. Once you get some of the tooth filled in, it starts to move more and behaves a bit more like coloured pencil. There you go. Kathy said, oh, that's interesting, Wendy. Kathy says, mix on a separate piece of paper before layering on underlayer. So you're Kathy, you're saying just to maybe test and see what works. Wendy says, that being said, you can mix on a separate piece of paper. Well, there you go. That's very interesting. I mean, it's really interesting because I was doing the portrait studies that I'm doing, the skin tone studies that I'm doing. I wanted, for example, I was doing the ebony, Miss Ebony, and I wanted the violet to come through. So I put a whole heap of violet, and she was looking quite pink and purple there for a while. But then with the pans, I then started to use all the other colours, and then you could, you could see the base come through. But that was with pan pastels, not with coloured pencils. It's all about layering. Yeah, it's the layering. Yeah. Linda says, regarding no fixatives, how does one layer colours without losing layers below? Yeah, keep layering. Regarding no fixatives, how does one layer colours without losing the layers below? Can I just get that portrait and I'll show you that I didn't use any fixative and you could see layers. Again, I'm going to get up. Hang on a sec. I want to show you something. Okay. I'll finish up with this, actually. Here we go. I'll finish up with this. Just, okay, here we go. All right. Just to show you an example, I did not use any fixative. None. Zero. The biggest zero. Even like I used the purple, I used the violet. Where is it? I used it. Where is it? Where did she go? Okay. I used this quite a lot, this pan on this side. And you can see that come through, but it was just building layers. And Wendy made a very good point, is that building enough layers where it moves. Okay. I mean, I didn't use coloured pencil. I used pastel pencils, and it was only just the minute details on top. But you could use coloured pencil on that without having to use fixative. It's all about the layering. And the same on this side, on Miss Porcelain. You can see. Let me see. This is the colour that I used. That I used underneath as well and on top, and you can see that slightly through, like so it's all about the layering. It's all about the layering. Yes, and yes, if you lose the color, you can put it back in. So and you know what, it's all about the surface. Seriously, I don't know how many times I've got to talk about this. It's all about the surface. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking, I'm just looking, I'm just trying to think of the process that I did. Specifically, like for Miss Ebony here, there was a lot of purple going on there underneath, and I'm thinking, well, you know what? How am I going to make her now not look purple, right? Although I wanted the purple glow, and that's when I started mixing all of these other kind of colours. All of these other kind of colours. I mean, these were my colour choices. You may not agree with the colour choices that I did with these with either of these ladies, and that's okay. It's just, this is the choice that I made. But when we're talking about layering, definitely just keep on layering. And the beauty with this surface too is that if you're not happy with what you've done, the kneaded eraser helps. I also picked up pastel. I had put too much purple, and I actually used the kneaded eraser. So there's that as well. That's something to think about. Jelena says, I'm working on a portrait. Some of it has white fur. I placed my dark shadows first, then put lights on top using pans only. The results in a lovely soft undertone of the shadows showing through. Wow, that's wonderful. That's really good. Kathy says, I think you need an underlayer as a base, so your paper color doesn't show through. That's right. Pastelmat takes a lot of layers, takes practice. Yes, Kathy, yes. Rob says, I've been wanting to type for ages, but I'm doing The dishes. Oh, I use fixatives for charcoal, but not for pastel. Okay. That ebony skin tone is perfection, says Rob. Thank you, Rob. Laramie says, those colour choices for both are solid picks to start from. Like Rob said, perfection. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so, I mean, I'll be doing a lot of other skin tones, but the reason why I'm showing this is because that was a perfect example of underlayers, showing underlayers. And the purple was a perfect example for that. Yeah. Yeah, stay tuned for these sorts of things. I will be doing more of these, but I want to be getting into my projects here, and I'll be going backwards and forwards into all of these skin tones for people who are interested in that kind of thing. All right, so okay, all right, now, oh look, it's time for me to go, I think, but I just wanted to say thank you all so much, everyone, for hanging out and putting up with my, chatter all the time. But as you can see, I've got quite a bit of work to do, and definitely a work in progress, that's for sure. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much, and I'll see you all next week. So bye for now.